What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Frantic Thoughts, the most unexceptional gaming and geek culture podcast on the web. Classic intro. I got a special guest with me this year. Well, for the 1 year. P2. What's up?
Hey.
I was pretty excited to bring him on because when I first started the podcast, I was trying to find like a group of people, you know, to like share it with and to kind of get out there. I had done it for a few weeks, and then Mark listened to the show and kind of pushed it out. Say, hey, everybody, listen to this. And so I figured it'd be kind of nice to have him on for the 1 year.
Yeah, man, that's awesome to be here. 1 year. I can't believe it's been a year. It feels like it was just yesterday. That's crazy to me. Must be even crazier to feel for you. But yeah, no, man, you've been a great part of the club, and yeah, I'm happy to be here for the 1 year anniversary.
And it's been a lot of fun to make, and it's kind of like one of those things that's like keeps my week. It's like something I look forward to every week, because, you know, it's like, on Wednesday or Tuesdays I have some way to vent all this stress that I had all week instead of just keeping it, you know, built up. So
yeah,
it's been kind of pretty cool
for sure.
So
yeah, that's great, and it's a good way to. Cause before we had weekly, we had no way of really interacting with people. This gives you forced interaction with people, so yeah, it's definitely a good way to stay updated with the club, is to put yourself out there. I think that's great.
Yeah, and it's like no one wants to hear about your life, but whatever. I'm just gonna rant anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, people like relating to people. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've been pretty happy with it, and Sierra and I have actually talked about possibly doing another podcast. So I just wanted to tease that. We don't really know what it's gonna be like called or anything, but it's probably gonna have something to do with comics, because we both are into that, but we don't really talk about it that much. So I wanted to tease that.
Like weekly or monthly, or
probably like a monthly book club for comics.
Ooh, now you're talking. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, I was like, you know, if you want to do it, we could do this, because I was thinking about buying a new mic anyway, and then we'd both have a mic, and we can do like a kind of fun thing like that. So that's just something we're talking about, but it'll probably happen knowing me. So yeah,
you would get some bites in the club to get in on that for sure.
Yeah, it'd be fun. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the podcast. I feel like trying out new things every now and then has worked out. Like that music one, that was pretty fun to do. Oh
man, I loved that episode. That got my mind thinking. I started thinking about my history with music, my music history, I guess you should say. I would love to hear more people do that. You really get a good look into people's heads, and plus I now have new artists and stuff that I'm looking up. I've already been doing that from the ends of your podcasts. You always put neat music at the end of all of your podcasts.
Yeah.
So I've already found a lot of stuff that I didn't know I liked before, but now I do. So yeah, it was just like an extension of that. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was trying to I would kind of skirt the edge of copyright on those, because it's like I'm still putting them on YouTube, so I'm like, I can't put this one song on here, and then I'll go to a movie or something, get like 5 messages, hey, your YouTube video is taken down. Maybe I should put some less copyright music in there, but yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I always wondered how it works with like iTunes and stuff like that when we're putting it up there, because we used to, way back in the day, we still might actually for our club podcast. I don't know. My brother edits all those.
Yeah.
But what happens with that copyrighted music? Does anybody care about that stuff?
I really don't know.
It's just yeah, I don't know.
And then you got Fandango Mars mixtapes. That's all copyright music, and
that's true. Yeah. He's still putting those out, so he must be fine.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's probably some gray loophole thing there, but yeah.
Yeah, I never really thought too much about the podcasting part. Oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1 year, man. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
Have you missed any weeks? Has there been any missed weeks?
Nope. So far, so good. Somehow.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
Like last week, I really didn't want to do it. I'm not gonna lie. I was deathly sick. I called into work, and I'm just feeling terrible. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it happen. I'm just going to do it. I'll record it now and I'll edit it later, type of thing. So
keep that streak alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
J-Rock did a 1 year of vlogs one time, very similar, once a week. And that was a feat, but this is next level. This is podcasting and video vlogging. I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Some weird hybrid.
Next level.
Yeah. That's
awesome.
It's pretty fun. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and get into the topic then.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so it's going to be the topic of the week.
And this week, brought to you by Amp Energy Drink, the best energy drink to buy at your local dollar store. I still got to do a podcast once a month just because I'm not doing it with the club anymore. I got to come on here at least and get that Amp promotion out there so we can keep that money rolling in. So go drink Amp, everyone.
So I mean, before the podcast, I was late because I was like, I'm gonna go get an amp because he's like, I'm amped up. I'm like, all right, I gotta get in the spirit, and then I got stuck in traffic for 10 minutes, so I was late.
It happens.
Yeah.
Everybody else was though trying to get amped too. That's what was going on.
So
Steve Snyder, I was just listening to his latest. He also got amped. Amp is the club drink. I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. I like it. It's really good, even though it's. He brought up the fact that it was pure sugar. Right? So.
Yeah, it's terrible for you. It's a terrible drink.
All right, so what I wanted to do, I've been all on this E3 stuff lately. Like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun to get, hyped up for stuff. So I figured we could do our craziest E3 predictions that probably won't happen, but if it happened, we would freak out, like type of thing.
Oh, for sure. Okay, cool.
So
yeah, I'm definitely down for some of that.
All right, you want to go first or?
I'll start off with a softball, one that I always say, I always want it to happen, and that's Star Tropics. I really love for Star Tropics to come back. Loved it on NES, and the sequel.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Haven't seen anything since. I always say it, but then I start thinking maybe it wouldn't be very good this day and age. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. But I always say it.
What would you want? Would you want it to be the same perspective? Would you want it to be like a more modern take on it, or?
That's the question. It was on like a grid, like it moved around on tiles. Like it probably wouldn't fit in this day and age. But I still want it. Some part of my brain just won't let it go. So I always say it's my dream, but I highly doubt we're going to see anything Star Tropics wise.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about you? What's your first up?
Okay, my first up is I'll probably do my one that might happen one day. So I want Super Mario Maker on the Switch. But I have a laundry list of stuff I want to go with it. So I wanted to have a full online suite. They have had something like that, but you had to go to a separate browser. I wanted it to be all in the game. And another thing they didn't have was slopes in the levels. So everything was in block form. So it's like kind of like ruins a lot of the... Like when you play Super Mario World, you can remember the stages where you had the slopes that went up the mountains and you can launch off of them and stuff. You couldn't do that in the game, so they need to add that.
And that's weak. What about the Mario 3 version? Because there's slopes in Mario 3 as well.
Yeah, there's slopes. You can't even slide down a hill or nothing.
That's got to be... Why? That's so strange to me.
Yeah, so I mean...
I remember when you were doing your charity stream, you were talking about that, and I was just like... He must be wrong, but no, you're right.
Yeah, so I was thinking that, and then I want at least 50 more Nintendo curated levels, and then I would like to have NES Mario 2 American tile set, so you can play as Toad, Peach, and all that with those movesets and all the other art styles too. That'd be fun.
Yeah, especially if you could set it up in the levels where you switch what character the person is using at that time. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's probably happening. I feel like that could happen. Yeah. You might see that this year.
I mean,
maybe not this year.
I don't know if it'll be this year, but I'm sure they'll bring it back somehow. But at this point, I don't think it would be a port.
So what do you want? You want it to be touchscreen when it's not docked? You can use the touchscreen if you want.
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
What I think would happen is they would do the touchscreen and then most likely use the Joy-Cons as motion controls like a pointer, like the Wii.
Okay.
That's what I would think if it's docked. That's most likely what they would do, I think. So I'd be fine with that. You could build your level, on your tablet and then plug it in and play levels. I think that would be fine.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm down for that. While we're on the Nintendo topic, did you see all these N64 trademark things again now?
Yeah, I did. I was like, should I put that in the news? And I didn't, but it doesn't matter. But
we'll put it in E3 predictions.
Yeah.
You think it'll be there? You think they'll announce?
I don't think it'll be at E3. Honestly, if anything, they might announce like Nintendo Classics and have N64 games. I could see that.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that.
Or maybe have the N64 Mini in another Direct. That's what they seem to do with those.
Yeah, it seems to be a Direct thing. Although, if they announced it at E3, I'd be pretty hyped. I love those little things. I'm looking for... Did you see that the NES Classic is back in stock next month?
Yeah.
Didn't...
gonna
So
buy one.
I'm really happy they didn't change it because I didn't get one before. So I'm hoping to get it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. I missed out on that train completely.
Yeah.
And
Do you have a Super Nintendo one?
Yeah, Sierra bought it for me for my birthday, so
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I play a lot of Mario World. I always play that game for some reason, but yeah, I've been going through Yoshi's Island again for my CCABC because it's one of the best games ever.
Nice. Yeah, so, it is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I pull that out to play with my nephews when they come over. So the Super Nintendo Classic is awesome. Anyway, back to E3, big, probably never going to happen announcements, and that's going to be Parasite Eve. I would love a reboot on the Parasite Eve series. And I'm pretty sure Square's doing their own conference this year, so could be pretty sweet. Got to bring something to their own conference.
That's true.
Hook me up.
You never know. You know, at this point, you never know. Like, honestly, everything happens now.
That's it. That's my that's my Square dream, I guess, or a Final Fantasy 6 remake. Oh no, I should have just switched to that one. Anyway, carry on.
I mean, that's the one I like when I put that topic up there. I'm like, that's the first one he's gonna say. So I'm surprised he did.
Yeah, it's up there.
I guess I have one more. So this is what my dream scenario would be. So it's a Sony stage. It starts off like this, and you just see like a corner of this like dimly lit room, and then you see a head crab jump out at the screen, and then you see somebody hit it with a crowbar, and it says Half-Life 3, and then Gabe Newell comes out on the stage and like announces Half-Life 3 is a thing and it's coming out. You know,
man.
Because I'm a huge Half-Life fan. So.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, like like the most hype trailer ever. Like you don't know what it is. Like it's just a dark room, and then all of a sudden this head crab just pops out. Yeah,
that's
be sick. Yeah,
the internet would explode. Like everything would crash. It would be a bloody mess.
I mean, they said they are making games now. Like they put that on their site officially. So who knows?
That reminds me. Did that Portal Bridge game come out, or when is that supposed to come out? I don't even remember now.
I played some of it, and the thing is, what they did with GLaDOS in that is they like made her more of a tutorial speaker and not funny. So she's like,
really?
Yeah, so she's like, then you got to do this, and then you got to do this, and like she's talking way too much. Stop talking and just let me play and learn the game. Yeah, so it's pretty fun though. It's a interesting take on that idea. You know, they have two sets of portals and sections where you can build the bridges and you can set the two portals and try to figure out the puzzle. It's still pretty fun. So yeah.
I love puzzle games. I love Portal, so I should get to it someday, I guess.
It's not on Switch yet, but it is coming out for Switch. So.
Oh, very good, very good. So. That's the other thing is I sold my PS4, so I need everything to be on Switch now.
No more God of War, no God of War, nothing.
No God of War. Eventually, there will be a time when I can sit in front of the TV for that amount of time, but
yeah, I get it.
It's gonna be a few years from now.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I can't get rid of my PS4 because Spider-Man and all that.
There's so many good PS4. Yeah, I haven't even done Dark Souls 3 yet, and I love the Souls series. So I should have said that the Souls trilogy on Switch would have been pretty amazing, but they just announced Dark Souls the original being remaster, I don't imagine a trilogy. So
they might do it. You never know. No.
Well, what do you think of this Resident Evil 7 cloud thing? Oh, sorry, that's probably in news, is it?
Nah, it doesn't matter. I looked at it. I'm like, I just kind of hope they don't do like
it was a thing.
Everything like that. Like, I don't know if it would actually how good it would run. I don't know. So
my internet not reliable enough for something like that. I don't know. Unless there's, I don't know. Maybe there's something more to it that I don't know. But yeah. All right. Any other crazy predictions?
Crazy predictions. Crazy Taxi comes back. Boom.
That's as crazy as it gets. That will make crazy money. That is crazy predictions. Crazy E3 predictions. Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't really know, honestly. Those are the main two I would like popped into my head. So
yeah.
Same
here.
Okay.
All right, cool. I'm excited though. Can't wait. It's just around the corner.
Yeah, I'm making like way too many videos. I think I'm gonna end up making 8 because I decided,
you must be tired.
Nah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun because every time I do one, I always think of like a different way to do it. You know, so
yeah,
trying different styles out. It's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. It is cool. The funny thing is, when you have an idea, it's good to get it out there. And at least this way, you're doing it so many times that you're gonna figure out which way you like to do it for the next time you want to do it. So it's good.
Yeah, I was like, okay, next year I'll be more focused and maybe do 2 or 3 videos and not one for every
Right.
single press conference. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least now you'll be a pro at it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing I usually do is just jump into what's happening, what I've been doing this week. So what you been up to? What you been doing?
What have I been doing? I've been playing Alundra. You ever play Alundra?
No, I have not.
It's PlayStation 1. It's like a Zelda clone. I don't really want to call it that, but that's as close as it gets, I guess, for a quick description. It's pixel graphics, but it's on PS1. Or sorry, sprite-based graphics, but it's on PS1. It's really fun. It's I got it on listening to Flock Talk. So if everybody out there doesn't know who Flockiner is, make sure you listen to Flock Talk. I won a digital PSN card from one of their contests, and so I used it to buy Alundra, and it's been great. I don't know how I missed it back in the day. It's the sequel to Landstalker. It's like the spiritual successor to Landstalker, if you've ever played that, maybe on Genesis. But yeah, I've been playing that. I've been catching up on Marvel movies.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, as of last Friday or something like that, I'm caught up to the Avengers movie that's in theaters now.
How'd you like Black Panther? Did you see
I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
There isn't really any Marvel movie I didn't like.
Yeah.
The first Iron Man is still probably my favorite of them all. Or maybe Winter Soldier, I guess, is up there too. But they're all pretty good. I really enjoyed Black Panther, and I really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok. Those are the two I got caught up on last week.
Yeah, they're still really good.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one I just like completely disliked. Like.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
You know what? You know what I did forget though. I usually do recommendation minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought maybe you were mixing up the order because we were already talking about energy.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
But we can let's do what's happening, and then we'll go back to recommendation minute. Then
sounds good. That should be a fun thing.
So, what else have you been up to?
What have I been up to? We went and saw Deadpool 2.
How was it?
It was. I thought, okay, some people in the Discord were like, I have my problems with it. I'm sitting here like, that movie was hilarious and amazing. I don't know. I had a good time with it.
Good.
Yeah,
seem to have the same interests as you in terms of movies, so I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, I don't know, people. I won't spoil anything for you, but just say like the beginning gets a little like dark, like not like in a Deadpool way. So people are like kind of have complaints about that. I'm like, okay, I see it. Like, okay, yeah, but I still had a lot of fun watching it. The set piece and the action scenes were great, and I thought it was filmed really nicely. And of course, the comedy's there. Ryan Reynolds was the best. So at least I
went into the original just I expected nothing, and I was blown away by it. So I'm probably just going to do the same thing with this one, just not expect much and then just enjoy it.
Yeah, like I went in like, okay, that movie's coming out, and I didn't really think much about it. Sat down and just had a good time. I was laughing the whole time, so that's what you want.
Okay.
So
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, also been playing this beta for this racing game. It's called Onrush. Have you heard of it?
Or no? I've seen Twitter screenshots of it. Maybe it was because of you, though. I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, but basically what it is, it's not a racing game. So I went in thinking, okay, I'm going to be racing in this. It's Overwatch with cars. Literally what it is.
Cool.
So basically you have these tracks that you go around, and then there's objectives you got to do. So the one that I was playing that felt like I played the most was called Countdown, which is basically you have to go through these goalposts. You only have 30 seconds on the clock, and there's 8 people on your team. So you have to try to take out the other team so they don't go into these goalposts.
Cool.
Yeah, as you go around this track. And then each car, as you do different takedowns, and there's also these little fodder vehicles you can knock off the track and stuff. And if you build up this thing called a rush gauge, you get an ultimate, like Overwatch. So.
Oh, that sounds. Are you sure you're not describing Star Fox Grand Prix?
I know, right? It's a really cool take, and I was having fun with it. And they had that. They had like a motorcycle, and you can do like if you hold square, and when you do a jump, you do like a weird trick, and you have to like let go of square at just the right moment so you can land the trick. You can do backflips, and if you do backflips, you get rush meters, so you can do the ultimate attack for the motorcycle. Yeah, and
cool.
And the motorcycle has like a flame trail behind him, like as you go, which is pretty cool. And
this sounds pretty. Is this an open beta, or did you have to sign up to get into this?
It was open, but it just ended. Like. I mean, but I've been playing it like it was only live for like 4 days, I think, so something like that. But Yeah, I was looking into buying it, and I'm like, okay, so how much is this game going to be? $29.99, $39.99. It's a $60 game. I'm like, a full price game. I'm like, eh. I'll probably wait for a sale, but I'll pick it up later down the line. But I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll drop. Yeah. Who's making this? Who's making Onrush?
I think it's Codemasters. They make like a bunch of racing games and stuff. So
okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's fun. Yeah.
Right on.
So
does sound pretty fun though.
Yeah, and then I've been thinking about going back to play some more Red Dead also. The sequel's coming out. And
Get that hype.
Yeah, I got that Xbox One backwards compatible, and I popped it on, and I'm like, okay, do I want to do all this beginning stuff again? Because it starts really slow. So, but I don't know. There's DLC that you can buy for a horse that's like way OP. It's like $3. I actually thought about buying it. Like, I'll just buy this OP horse, and I could just like go really fast between
cruise
missions.
Through.
Yeah.
So
I might do that before that game.
That's tempting. How much? How much is that horse?
It's like $3.
Yeah, that's tempting.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Should I buy a DLC for a 10-year-old game? I don't know, but yeah.
That's tempting.
So, besides that, just normal stuff, just working. I was telling you this before the podcast. Like, I've been feeling like congested in my throat. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's been kind of fun.
I hear you, man. I'm just getting over a cold, so if I'm coughing or anything in here, I apologize to everybody listening. My daughter has it now. She's almost over it, though, in the same position that I sort of am. But my wife just got it today. It sucks, and it's all on the chest. It's terrible stuff.
It's hard to shake.
But what can you do? That's life, sadly. Trying to think of anything else. I've been trying to watch all of Dragon Ball Z. I'm now up to the Boo saga, I guess it would be called.
You're getting there, though. Like, honestly.
Yeah, getting there. It's because I'm doing the Kai. Kai. Yeah, I've
been watching it too.
So it's been going way faster than I remember back in the day.
And like I was watching Kai. I'm not even to Cell yet. I'm on Android Saga right now because I'm listening to this podcast that goes along with it. I'm kind of watching it with them. Yeah, they do 5 episodes per week. So I'm like, I could do 5 episodes a week. It's 20 minutes a piece, So I've been doing that. Yeah. And I love listening to it because they have never seen the show, and they always talk about like, oh my God, did you see this Ginyu Squad and all this stuff? They're finding out for the very first time. They've never experienced it before, so that's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that is a good perspective to have.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's just a great show.
Yeah, I never finished the Boo saga back in the day, so it'll all be fresh to me. So I'm excited to finally get to this point again now.
Yeah. I was like freaking out like earlier in the week because I found out they released Avatar, the series, on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah,
they released it on Blu-ray finally. Yeah,
I didn't know they hadn't before. Well, you must be pretty excited.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up yet, but I'm like, oh my God, I got to rewatch that in Blu-ray now because I have the DVDs.
I've never seen it. I've heard nothing but good things, but I've never seen it.
You would love it. I think you would love it. It's a really good show. So
maybe now's the time.
All right, so I'm gonna
cool.
roll over into the recommendation minute. I don't really know how I want to do the timer. I guess I could hold it up to the camera. I don't know if you could see that.
Let's do it.
All right. So what I figured would be good is we just shoot off our energy drink recommendations, and if we have time, why caffeine in that form versus coffee and stuff. If we have time, but probably won't. It's a minute, so. All right. Can you see that? I don't know. You probably can't.
Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Wait, who's going first?
Wait, you go first. Go.
Okay. AMP for $1 energy drinks. If you want to spend a little more, get Full Throttle. Do they have Full Throttle in the States?
Yes, I love Full Throttle.
Be careful when you're looking at the cans. There's 2 different kinds. They're both great though. I'm just talking about the normal black cans. There's citrus and orange. I like the orange now, but back in the day I hated it. So get orange if you can. Otherwise, get the blue one, and then get the citrus one. Those are the best. And I still do drink coffee, but only in the mornings. Energy drinks for any time after 12. 30 seconds left. You're up.
Okay. All right. I don't drink coffee. It gives me the shits. I'm just going to say that. And I drink mostly Monster Black, which is the sugar-free black cherry. That's my favorite, but I also do like the ultraviolet. And I don't really drink that much amps, but I do from time to time. Nice. I drink it and think about you. And I usually try out every single new energy drink flavor that comes out.
Nice.
It's fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
I respect your sugar-free stance, by the way.
That's been recommendation minute. But yeah, I do sugar-free just because, you know.
It's the better option.
Yeah.
My wife does sugar-free too. And actually I shouldn't say that I don't, because I do now. Now that I've been doing this diet thing, I just don't when I'm podcasting, apparently.
My phone won't stop buzzing.
That's all right. That just means we still have more time to recommend things.
It's a fun segment. I like it.
Yeah. I love 1 minute recommendation. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
I learned to make mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. That was fun. Fresh mac and cheese too. It's even fun.
Yeah, man.
All right,
way better.
I guess going to the next section. If you want to say it, introduce it.
Oh, I will. Can I do it right now?
Go ahead.
Do you have to queue up anything?
No, I'll do it post. It's good.
All right, next up is the news of interest. I'd probably just terrified all of your listeners.
It's a little spooky, but yeah, it works.
I was trying to not cough while doing it, so it came out awesome. All right, great. The news of interest. I've always been excited. I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to be the guest that does it, especially after I heard your mom do it. I was like, I gotta do this. Yeah.
Okay, so first off, I'm just gonna pull up this news story. Well, Gamers Club Unlocked's dead.
Do we have that in Canada?
I'm not sure. I know that a lot of us Americans are pissed.
I remember drooling about this, and now I guess you're all in my boat now.
Okay, so basically what this whole service was is you get 20% off every new game that comes out. So any game, doesn't matter when it came out, brand new game, 20% off. And it's only $30 for 2 years.
That's amazing. And then don't you also get like another $10 at some point off as well?
Yes, they have a list that they curate and they team with other studios. So say they did it with Nintendo last year actually. So I got my Mario Odyssey copy, 20% off. So that's $47.99 in America before tax.
Man.
And then
amazing.
In like 2 to 3 weeks they balance you out $10 card for something else. So the game was basically being $37.99.
Wow, it's $79.99 still here.
Yeah,
from day one till now.
You can see why people are frustrated that it's
yes.
over. Yeah, so
and
so what they're gonna do is they're gonna continue doing that $10 off thing. If you're a My Best Buy rewards person, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how you get that really, but I guess you just sign up for it. I think it's a free thing.
Yeah.
So they'll still have a list of games you can get $10 off of, but the Gamer Club Unlocked when everybody's stuff goes out. Like I have mine up until October 2019, I think.
So they're still honoring it until.
Yeah, they're honoring it until you're done. But some people I saw a post. Someone had it till 2036. I'm like,
whoa.
Yeah. So someone just like really re-upped on it one time. So, yeah.
Wow. So I wonder if they'll still honor that. That's amazing.
I'm like. I didn't have the money or the foresight for that, so oh well.
Yeah, really, Wow.
As soon as this whole entire thing ends, I'll probably have to switch where I buy games. But yeah, it's a little unfortunate for the people that like me that used it. So,
and I think Amazon changed something with theirs too recently. I think it was you don't get the discount for the week after it releases or something. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but
and what Amazon was similar. I think it was you could get 20% off of new games for like a long time, like 2 months or something, but they put it to like a week now. You have to
okay, that's what it changed.
No, it's day and date now. That's what it is. You have to.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, so you only get that 20% off if you get it when it first comes out. So
they must have finally realized what they were missing out on here.
Yeah, like I imagine the profit margins are like really bad on something like that. They're missing out on like what $12 a game for all those people. Yeah, so.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's a little sad. Rest in peace, I guess. But I mean,
R.I.P.
Yeah,
That's sad.
But I don't know. Maybe they'll bring it back in some other form, and they just haven't talked about it yet. You never know.
Maybe Amazon will see they cancel it and step up, and now they'll make theirs even better. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, we already had it great, so I mean, it was good while it lasted, in my opinion. So
spoiled while it was good. Yeah. Oh well.
Next up, we got this Xbox Disability controller. Have you seen it? what it looks like?
Yeah, I have the giant pads for your feet.
Yeah. So basically, I watched a video on it. I like started tearing up. It's like really sweet.
Yeah,
Basically,
it's pretty amazing.
yeah, they have like these. They're 3.5 millimeter jacks on the front for every single button on the controller. So there's people that can't use their arms, they can't use their fingers, whatever. They were showing this guy who can't move his fingers because of an accident. So he was playing the game with his palm on one big pad and then like his elbow on a button and like his other wrist on something. So you can like customize this controller any way for people
That's amazing.
that have disabilities. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So.
That is because if you think about it, this is our main hobby. If something did happen where you couldn't enjoy your main hobby anymore, like that's gut wrenching. So it's amazing that they went out of their way to make something like this. Pretty cool.
Yeah, there's so many like diverse games. It's it's a huge part of my life and your life, all of our lives. So
yeah,
like
exactly.
Whenever I just think about when I know it's not even anywhere close to what these people go through, but I had my arm in a sling right last year. And I'm sitting there playing Horizon Zero Dawn with my arms to the side, like very uncomfortably playing. And I'm like, okay, that was just a minor inconvenience.
right.
I can't imagine like not having like opposable fingers or, one of my arms is gone or whatever, Yeah. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
The thing that you love to do most, you can't do. So, and now some people can. So that's great.
Yeah, and I'm
good on them.
Like Nintendo and PlayStation do it too, because
yeah.
Yeah.
Was this made by Microsoft themselves, or was this like a third party?
I mean, I didn't even have this pulled up. I'm gonna look at it, but it is officially a Nintendo. I mean, I almost said Nintendo, Xbox controller. So let's see. There's like a long story in here. I'm trying to see who actually made it. I'm pretty sure it's just Microsoft.
That is good on them. Like,
yeah.
The fact that. Okay, here it is. Here, wow. This is a pretty long story.
Yeah, there's a lot to this. I'm like, I probably should have put a different article, but this goes into way deep into it. It looks like Microsoft just teamed up with like a hardware manufacturer and they made it work.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was pretty exciting for those people that need that.
Good on them. Good on
them. Have you seen this next news story? Have you seen this Thundercats reboot?
Yeah, I've seen the screenshots of it. Yeah, or like the Twitter outrage.
What's your opinion?
Well, I have a hard time commenting because I didn't watch the original. So here's how I can comment on this. I grew up watching Reboot. Do you ever watch Reboot, the original Reboot show?
I watched it a bit when I was a kid, but I wasn't like super into it. But I know where you're going with this, so go ahead.
Anyway, loved it, blown away by it. Then they just released this new reboot. Sorry, a reboot of Reboot. Wow, why did I pick this one? But it's like live action, and they're not happy with it. But it doesn't really ruin my past Reboot, so I don't really get why people do get upset about stuff like this.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Yeah. How about you?
I don't know. I was watching it. Okay, I saw Thundercats when I was a kid, and I thought the show was lame, and I didn't like it, honestly. Right. But I mean, I'm a little kid, and I wanted like super fast, colorful things, and this is what this is. So I'm like the kid that loved SpongeBob or Ed, Edd n Eddy or whatever, like those cartoons I grew up with, that are super colorful and fun and imaginative. Like that's what this looks like to me. And when I saw the original trailer for it, before I saw the hate, I'm like, this looks like fun. Maybe I'll try it out. And then everybody's like, oh my God, this is horrible. So so I don't know.
That's it. It's just a different, it's just one generation not happy with the next generation just getting it. Like I'm hoping somewhere out there, there's somebody enjoying that Reboot show. It's just not for me. That's all.
Yeah. Not everything has to be for you. Just like, I don't know, like The Last Jedi. A lot of people didn't like that movie.
Right.
I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot, but
and it doesn't hurt anybody to for somebody to like it.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt people if you want to just watch the original 3 either. So
yeah. Also, because Thundercats also had a reboot in 2001 or 2, right? Somewhere around there. Because there was the 80s one, and then there was the 2000s one.
Yeah.
And there's this one. So this is the third one. So it's like, how many do you want?
Yeah, I seen somebody say like, oh, I wish they would do a more realistic reboot of it. And then someone's like, yeah, well, they did one in the 2000s, but nobody watched
Yeah,
it. Like, he's like,
exactly.
oh, really? I didn't
Exactly.
even know that happened. It's like,
Right.
well, that's why we're
So
here.
exactly. So if all these people who are complaining didn't show up for when it was the way they say they wanted it, so there you go. We'll
Yeah,
leave it at that.
yeah,
No, I think it looks fine.
yeah.
It's fun.
And I've been watching that DuckTales. Like, this is what I keep comparing it to. I watched that new DuckTales, and I actually think that's a lot of fun. And it feels like I'm watching the original DuckTales with like a new coat of paint. You know what I mean?
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I heard people saying they want a new Darkwing Duck now after watching that. So
yeah,
I'm on board for that.
I guess it's a minor spoiler, but at the beginning of Darkwing Duck is a character on TV inside of that show.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah,
Didn't
so
know that.
yeah, that was pretty fun to see. All right.
Ah, that's cool.
Also, the Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff came out.
Oh yeah,
Toy
how's it
Story.
looking?
Toy Story Wreck-It Ralph is a summon. And
Ah, cool.
the coolest thing, they haven't released a release date. I don't even have to go to the link. I've been watching so much stuff about this game. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother. But yeah, the Toy Story level looks pretty cool. It's like inside of Andy's room, and then you can go climb the walls and then jump out and then
What?
fight inside his yard and down the street and everything.
Cool.
Inside that,
That's pretty.
yeah, and then they have a Toyland level, and there's Dissidia Final Fantasy character toys inside of that you can take
What?
control of
Cool.
and stuff. Yeah, so I'm like, they're doing both fan services, like they're honoring
Yeah.
both sides, and the combat looks really, really, really good. Like, take what the normal just hack and slashy style, but now you can actually have weapons specific to different worlds. Which
Oh
is pretty
man, I'm
cool.
looking at this trailer. It looks pretty sick.
Yeah, it's gorgeous too. It looks like you're in the Toy Story world. Like,
Yeah.
like, and the voice acting isn't the original voice actors, so people were complaining, but it's a game, so
Yeah, it happens.
yeah,
This looks beautiful. You must be pretty stoked.
yeah. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start playing Red Dead, or should I just go play Kingdom Hearts 2 again because of that? But
Yeah,
no,
it's tough.
yeah, I think
Who
I'm
knows?
just-
Maybe this will come out before Red Dead.
yeah,
Probably not.
I'm sure they'll announce the release date on their press conference because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, next month we're gonna talk about it. So yeah,
Dude, this looks ready. This could be coming out now.
yeah.
This looks.
If anybody wants to see like a really good overview, I would recommend going to IGN. That was my favorite one. It's IGN.
Yeah.
I think it's just Kingdom Hearts 3 overview, and it's like one of their newer ones. And they like went really in depth with all the combat and everything, and showed a lot of gameplay and stuff. It looks awesome. I'm just
Nice.
really excited. So yeah.
Nice.
I haven't really looked at this last thing I have on the dock. It's Pokemon leaks. Diego was talking about it. He wanted my opinion on it.
That's the Pokemon Let's Go. Let's go, Pikachu.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
heard a little bit.
So I guess it's just the new Switch Pokemon game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is this going to be a spin-off or is this the actual one that they've been talking about? Is it going to be anything? Do you think it's a real rumor? Do you think
I
it's
don't
true?
know. Here's a rumor. I'll just go through real quick what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
The pitch. It says, Let's Go is a yellow remake for Switch. 2 versions, Pikachu and Eevee versions. Red and Blue will play a role in the story. Following Pokemon behind the character returns. HMs. This is very specific stuff. There's an online hub. And there's Pokemon Go integration. So, and they say catching Pokemon.
These rumors are ridiculous.
Yeah, they're saying catching Pokemon works like in Pokemon Go. I don't know how you would do that.
What?
Yeah. And then it says rewards in game in Go will link together with the Switch version. So,
Huh.
and it says the announcement's coming very soon, releasing this year. And yeah. So, and then
Interesting.
there's a tweet from Patricia Hernandez. She said, Game Freak confirmed to me that they are exploring ways to connect the main games to Pokemon Go, but there's nothing concrete yet, though. So, yeah. Interesting.
That is interesting. Look through all this. It just sounds like a lot of rumor. I don't think there's anything to this. Maybe. I don't know.
There's like a screenshot that looks like the 3DS version, but it's like a little more HD. I don't really know much about. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Pokemon guy, so I'm like.
I'm not either. I played the first one, Red, on Game Boy, and when I was a kid, and I loved it. But
Yeah.
that was the only one I've ever beaten.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, everybody loved it. I used to play Yellow. I beat Yellow. I remember playing that and
Mm-hmm.
had a good time when I was like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then in high school, I think when I was a freshman or something, they had Pokemon Gold and Silver on the DS. I think that was DS.
Yep.
I remember playing that a lot, and that was a good time. But I think the only one I ever beat was Yellow. And then I remember me and Sierra had just moved in together, and I had like no money. And I'm like, all right, well, we got this 3DS, and how about I buy Pokemon X and Y, and I'll play Y, you play X. And I played like Y for like an hour. And I'm like, okay, this game's okay. And then she beat X, and then she went and played on my save and beat it on Y again. So
nice. Well, at least you got some use out of it. That's good.
That 3DS
I did
ended
the
up
same...
mostly being hers, honestly.
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened with me and Megan. Like I bought the Heart Gold, and I was so excited. It came with that Pokestep thing. What's it called? The little thing that counts your steps when you walk, and it gives you experience points and stuff. And I was so hyped. I was like, "This is gonna be great." I played it for like an hour though, and I was just like, "Oh, it's the same. That's okay." I'm sure somebody's loving this somewhere. It's just not me.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I know I'm end up with a copy because she's gonna play it. So
yeah.
I'll try it out at least on my profile and see if I like it.
For sure.
That's what I'm
and if it's a big change, I might pick it up too. I mean, I love the concept of it. I just it's just too samey, I guess.
Yeah, and the thing that sounds cool though is if this is a real thing, it's the original 151, you know. And it's not like the 800 and whatever, so it's like
nice.
I will know all these Pokemon if I play this one, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
so that's a good thing. So
that is a good thing. That's why I was into Pokemon Go when it first came out too, because I was like, I know all these. It's just the Orig.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. We'll see. E3's coming.
Yeah, you just need that Poke Wrap, you know.
Oh man, if it doesn't have Poke Wrap, I'm out.
All right. So we got so we asked for questions, or at least, you know, I begged for questions.
We got some. We got
a few here. You want to read the first one?
Sure. This comes from James, another solo podcaster in the club, Retro Pixel. Before we read his question, James hooked me up with a memory card for my Nintendo Switch. I just got to say, God love you, man.
That's awesome.
I've already started filling it up, and I would have been screwed without it. So thank you, James, for that.
That's great.
So James asks, after a year of episodes, do you find it difficult still hosting a solo show?
No, it's a lot of fun. No, I was kidding. No, I think it's a rewarding thing, just like anything you put a lot of time and energy into. Just having I don't have like the biggest listener base or anything. You know, it's pretty reasonable and it's nice. Just and the thing is, I notice is my family listens to it too, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, like my mom will be messaging me about the podcast, and my grandpa will call me and say, "Hey, I heard you were talking about this on the podcast." You know, and
that's amazing.
Like that. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like connecting you to my family, and then I have all the people in the club, and then it's a lot of fun. Yeah, so
right.
I feel like any difficulty that I have is rewarded. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Hello, Josh family.
So next up,
because
go ahead.
Oh, just one more thing, because James, I think, just did his 1 year anniversary last month, so he also just did his 1 year of solo hosting. So you guys are rocking the solos. So God love you.
Yeah, and he.
All right, sorry. So carry on.
The one with Bill, right? Was that one?
Bill was on the one I think after.
Oh no, that was with Q Dog, right? Q Dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. The Q Dog.
Yeah. Should have him on sometime. That'd be fun. Anyway,
you should. Be a good chat.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to rush you.
No, I don't care.
Next up, we got something from Musty Hobbit on Twitter. It says, what was your favorite or least favorite episode to record? Probably, I'll just be a brown nose and say this episode.
Ah, my heart.
I really, I'm having a good
my
time.
favorite one. My favorite Frantic Thoughts to record was this one as well. I just want to put that out. But no, I'm trying to think of my favorite that you recorded, and I'm probably going to go with that one with your mom. I love hearing that stuff. Yeah. I love getting connected with the people who I'm actually listening to, and no better way to do that than getting your mom on.
Yeah, and I think probably my favorite is the one with my brother because because he's a shy guy, and I was trying to get him out of his shell a little bit, and that was a lot of fun to make him speak more than he probably wanted to. So
that's awesome. Now you did a great job with it. That's how it was with Sean too, because I never used to talk to anybody, but he brought me out of my shell. So yeah, it's good. That's the beauty of podcasting, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for the question, Musty.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Musty? Go watch now on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, do you hear they're switching the Hangouts to a new channel too?
Yeah, it's going through the Cartridge Club like official YouTube channel now. So.
Oh, actually, I think it has its own channel.
Yeah,
It's
it's got its
Club Hangouts.
own Cartridge Club channel now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think tonight's the first night for it.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, big things happening.
So we have this long question from Flock of Nerds. You want to read it?
Yeah, sure. What up, Miles or Catherine? I think this was Miles. What is the least amount of money you would take for your entire collection? Literally every game, even digital, and everything in your home that plays games other than your PC and phone. You have to sell it all. How much? Tell me. Hashtag Frantic Thoughts.
Oh.
That's a tough one, Miles. That's a tough one. Most of my collection's gone. So why don't you answer this first, Josh?
Okay, well, it's a hard one for me because I didn't see the digital part. I was just thinking, oh, my physical collection. Who cares? No, I was kidding. No, but I have PC. I have like over 400 PC games on Steam.
Oh my goodness.
So
all right, how much do you think those are worth?
I don't know. I guess if I sold my Steam account, $5,000. I guess I don't know.
$5,000. Holy jeez. That's the minimum you would take, eh? $5,000.
I think if I was gonna sell everything, like including that, I would just say, hey, just hook me up with an easy way to move across country, and then I'll build my game collection. That's all I would really.
That'd be about $10,000. $10,000.
Yeah, $10,000 probably get me across country, new place, and everything. So that'd be good. That's all I really want.
Could you deal with it though? Could you deal with all of it being gone suddenly? Suddenly everything is gone.
Well, okay, you got that money back, and then I can move, pay off my lease. Break my lease and pay that. Yep. And then when I move again, I could say, oh, I want to get God of War again and buy it again because that's some money left over. Yeah,
that's a good way.
I'm cheating a little bit, but
sell it, buy back what you want. Yeah.
So
that's fair.
So how much would you sell your collection for? If you
I don't have much left. Maybe like $1,000. I'd say $1,000. Yeah, maybe $2,000 pushing it.
You still have like that. What was it? The Uncharted Collector's Edition or no? Last of Us. That's what it was, right?
Oh yeah.
That's
still up there. I still have some things like my Ease collection. I have my Inbox, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, that kind of thing. My Star Tropics. I have some things. I have most of my consoles here still too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was hard parting with it, but
yeah. I mean, I would miss it, of course, because it's nice to go over here and be like, oh, I want to play this game, Simpsons Hit and Run, because something like that, some random game that I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because normally wouldn't think of unless you happen to glance upon it.
Yeah. I was playing that the other day. That's why I thought about it. Simpsons Hit and Run's a pretty cool game.
Wow.
It's derailing. I'm derailing the show. Anyway.
That's all right. It's your show.
Steven Eider did a very Steven thing. And he said...
Hey, Steven. What up, Steven?
He said...
also, listen to Flock Talk. I already plugged them earlier, but they just asked a question. And thank you for that question, Miles. Appreciate it, my man.
Much, man. Yeah. That's one of my favorite podcasts. I'm not going to lie, man. I always look forward to it. Yeah. Steven Eider, at Steven Eider on Twitter, said, how would you solve America's gun control crisis?
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one.
I think he was trying to stump me here, but I don't really have a way to probably solve it. But I could tell a little story about what happened.
Let's hear it.
So everybody heard about Santa Fe. There was a gunman that went into a school and killed 10 people with a sawed-off shotgun. That was 15 miles from here, from where
that's close.
Yeah, so pretty much I was at work, and it felt very quiet in the break room. There was a lot of people in there, and they were watching the TV. And they all realized at the same time that this had happened, right down the road from us.
Wow.
Yeah, so everybody was freaking out and scared because, there's a lot of people that work in the service part of the store, young kids that are in high school.
Right.
Yeah,
good point.
They actually work at the store that we're a part of.
Oof.
Luckily, nobody got killed or hurt from my job. So, but nobody knew that at the time. Everybody was still at school. So it was just a very shocking thing. So what happened is I was like, man, I saw this and I saw all these people crying and like being upset about it, for a couple days. And so I posted on Facebook like, damn, this needs to stop. I wish there was a way we can do gun control and all this stuff. I don't want to even debate it. I just want to get this off my chest. And of course, the comments just blasted with all this negative stuff like, oh, how's gun control working in Chicago? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
no.
And then, of course, I just ignored all of them. I'm like, I don't want to even discuss this at all. But yeah.
Right.
Definitely something has to be done. Like,
something.
Yeah.
And anyway, it is a tough discussion to have.
It's a hard topic to have.
But at least we can all agree something needs to change.
Yeah, and it's like I can't see like how people are so like, okay, they want their guns, they want to be protected, they want to protect themselves. I can see that, but there's got to be a line somewhere like on the laws to where it's a little harder for these people to obtain these things. And then I'm gonna end it in a second, but the one last thing I saw a comment on was gun control isn't going to change it. People's mentality is going to change it. But if you change the gun laws and make guns seem more evil and harder to get, the mentality changes when you change that law. At least
that's Canada. You just described here.
Yeah. Basically, I mean,
we don't have any guns here. I've never had to defend myself with a gun or anybody I know, but it's because I know nobody has guns. So it's just a different mentality. But when you have years and years of it based on an opposite mentality, it's just so hard to get them to change. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it really is.
But what can you do?
Yeah. And then
here we are.
A lot of people were saying that, oh, it was a sawed-off shotgun. That's illegal anyway. He probably would have found it. I'm like, if we didn't have that gun in America in the first place, he wouldn't have been able to get that sawn-off. It's
exactly.
It's just a big circle, and everybody will just argue because they're so set in their opinion. So
that's it.
Yep.
Sadly so. So although we know something needs to change, it's just they don't want it to. It's mind-boggling. Yeah. But that's Steven from the Hypecast. Thank you for the question, Steven.
Thanks, dude. Hey, I'm not afraid to answer it, like especially when it kind of hit a little close to home that time. So that's
exactly.
Yeah, so
good to get it off your chest. That's what this show's all about.
Yes, sir. All right, you want to ask the next one? Go ahead.
Who we got up next? We got Chris, the bass guy, 654 on Twitter. All right, Chris, he is asking, what is the most important lesson you learned about podcasting this year? Hashtag Frantic Thoughts.
The most important lesson, I guess, would be to just do. If you have something, just do. I had it in my head. Do what you want to do, I guess. Or if you have something you actually want to do creatively, don't let that mental block like, oh, who's going to like it, who's not going to like it. It doesn't really matter if other people like it. If you're happy with it and you do what you want to do with it, then other people will flock to it and, like it too, because they could see your passion in it. So that's where I learned from doing a podcast.
Right on. Yeah, man. You know what? You in general have taught me a lot about podcasting this year, and it's because of that. It's because of what you just said. It's just putting yourself out there and doing what you want to do and saying what you want to say, and not really caring about who it's for. It's just for you. It's just for you to get it off your chest. And if people want to relate, if people want to understand where you're coming from, then that's great. But you're not doing it to please everyone. You're doing it to please your artistic side and getting it out. So I've learned a lot just listening to you this year. Really raw, really passionate stuff. I think that's what I've learned from your podcasting this year.
That's great, man.
Which I guess is what I can say to answer Chris's question. So thanks for the question, Chris.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's everybody will ask me, what is your podcast? And it's hard to nail it down. I would just see, like, if you like video games and entertainment and stuff, you'll like it. That's what I tell them, but So,
yeah, do people like that you work with and stuff, do they listen to your show or anything?
My boss said that he had seen my YouTube channel, but I don't know if he actually watches. So
okay, all right.
He's like, hey,
I've never talked about it at work or anything. Like, I've never, ever discussed it. So I'm always jealous of people who are open with it.
Oh, there's this kid at work. His name is Joe, and he works I'm his boss, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
And when he comes in, we just like chat for a bit, just say, oh, here's how everything's going, and we'll talk about whatever for a little bit while we switch shifts, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I told him about the podcast. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm recording this podcast. It's on the Cartridge Club. And he looks at me just blank face like, yeah, good for you, Josh. Good for you.
Yeah.
He's like 18 or something. He doesn't give a shit, honestly. He's like, okay. Yeah.
It's like a whole other world that we're in to a lot of people. It's crazy to me.
Oh. All right, well, last question. Let me double check Twitter, but I think this is the last question. Whoa, Twitter's blowing up.
Blowing up.
Let's see if I got any more. Nope, that was the last question. Just a lot of retweets
right.
and likes and stuff. Okay.
Quick shout out to Joe. What up, Joe? If you're listening, how you doing, man?
Yeah, Joe. Okay. Okay, it's from Derek at Two Dorks, Deej13 on Twitter. He says,
Derek!
Yeah. How have you been spending your time off, Mark? Where's
Good
P2?
question.
Hashtag Frantic Thoughts, hashtag Where's P2?
Oh my, where have I been? I've been a little unplugged, I guess you could say. With my brother Stanley and stuff, I've just sort of taken a step back. Yeah, I've just been doing whatever I feel like at the moment, I guess. I've been sleeping a lot. I've been taking a lot more naps.
That's not a bad thing.
No, I've been enjoying that.
Naps, yeah.
Getting a lot more sleep,
Yeah.
catching up on movies, and then playing games every now and then.
Yeah, and then doing your dad duties and your family duties, right?
A lot of that. Well, that has not changed. A lot of that still, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been good. It's been good. Just unplugging a bit, I guess.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I do miss Sean's social media presence when he's not around. Yeah.
It's noticeably gone, yeah.
Yeah, like when he's not around to like, I feel like every time I'm in Discord, he'll like pop up and just say something,
Right,
what's up?
right.
Like, and then if I'm like tweeting stuff, he'll comment or like, and I just notice he's there. And then when he's not there, you really notice he's not there. So
Yeah,
so,
he's got a good presence, no
yeah,
doubt.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Yeah, I miss him.
yeah, I'm sure you do. He's your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like, whenever I had the question about, what I saw all my stuff, I want to move closer to my family. So
That's
yeah,
why
I
you
get
want to
that-
move.
I
That
get, I
makes
get that feeling a lot too.
sense.
So
Yeah, man.
yeah.
I relate.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for this week's Frantic Thoughts 1 year special.
Boom, boom. That's fireworks in case nobody knows what I'm doing. Congratulations again, man. I can't believe you did it. 1 year every week. It's amazing.
It's a lot of fun, and then I'll probably be around like 50 years old. Oh, this is my 30th year anniversary episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm special guest P2. Oh, I'd be like on an IV and oxygen mask.
Oh,
Good
wonder
time.
when that Final Fantasy VI remake is coming out.
Yeah, yeah. This is gonna be the year. Let's see what Steven Eider's asking this time. Something about Trump Jr. or something.
Oh God, I don't want to even think about it. All right, man.
Oh, that'll be good times. I'll see you in years, dude.
All right, sounds great. Thanks for coming on, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me. A blast. Always a pleasure to talk with you anytime. And once again, congrats on 1 year.
Thanks, man. See you guys next week. A little quick plugs. Twitter is at Frantic Society. Frantic, SOCIETY. And then we got Mr. P2, which is at Cartridge Bros P2 on Twitter. You're not on any other podcasts lately, have you? Besides the one with
No, I was on Bonus Barrel. The Halo podcast I will not be on. That's coming out soon, though.
Yeah.
So wait for that on the Cartridge Club feed.
But yeah, I do recommend listening to that bonus barrel about Florence. That was really good. And that inspired me to do a music episode. So that was pretty fun. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Also, on my YouTube, E3 Hype Train. Look on my Twitter. You can find it.
Yeah.
Lots of videos for that. So that's what I'm doing.
Get on that hype train.
It's a lot of fun, man. All right. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
See you guys.